Rolling, rolling, rolling. Right guys, so we're in the car. This video is a little bit of an update, which I didn't want to tell you guys about, and I'm not hiding behind this because it's not going to stop anything and it's not going to affect anything. But I don't know if you saw a few months ago, I stupidly went and bought a motocross bike and I went out a few times on a track before my Olympia prep started. And as you'll see here, I decided to fall off. Didn't make a big deal out of it at the time because I didn't want to focus on and give bad energy towards being injured and all that kind of stuff. I just wanted it to go away and to focus on my Olympia prep. But unfortunately, it has been bad ever since. It's improving, it's getting better, but there is definitely something wrong with it. So I was back at the fracture clinic today, orthopedic clinic, because I was getting my MRI results, and sure enough, I have torn my ACL. They've said it's quite a bad tear. I think he said about 60%, so I don't really understand what that means, but in layman's terms, they kind of want to operate on it. I think I have to have it either reconstructed or stitched back together. When he was talking to me, I was kind of a bit of a daze, so I was thinking, shit, am I going to be able to do this Olympia prep? But what they want to try and do is do some rehab work first, which works well for me because I'm already doing rehab. I'm on my way there anyway now. Cryotherapy, deep tissue work, and some actual physiotherapy work. And we're going to try and see if we can just push through, basically. That being said, I will still be doing the Olympia and it will not affect me in any way, and I'm not going to hide behind any excuses or any injuries. I will still be at my best come the Olympia in December. We're 12 weeks away. I will just have to put my big boy pants on, strap that knee up as best I can, and just crack on, because got a point to prove. I had a year out last year and it's just not an option for me to go in there looking shit or for me not stepping on stage at all. So I will be going. We've just got to make a plan. And to be honest with you, I don't think in the past 5 or 6 years I've done a prep where I've not been injured, and it just makes it all that bit more fun, doesn't it? Like trying to train around injuries and stuff. It just is what it is, and I think injury and Ryan Terry come hand in hand. I don't think I've ever not been injured, so it's just another one to put to bed and just get on with it. So yeah, so that being said, moving on, I'm on my way over to Nottingham to UFC gym. These are going to be integrated into my Olympia prep now because they have a cryo chamber there. We have a guy called Nibs who is a physiotherapist. He works with some top athletes, and I want him to come in on the team and to help with this recovery, keeping my knee as best it can be. We've got Johnny who's going to meet me there, so he's my deep tissue physio guy who's done all my sports massages for the last 6-7 years. He's invaluable to me. He's a good friend of mine, but at the same time he has kept me working optimal through all my injuries, so he is a vital part in my performance. So we're going to be doing a bit with him, and we're going to get a back workout in, second back workout of the week. Again, back is my most important muscle part to train. I'm really enjoying training at the minute as well, because I can see improvements, which motivates me and keeps me inspired. And I know from my last placing at the Arnold, that was the missing piece. Like, I was really happy with my physique. It was just my back just didn't pop the way I wanted to. It looked okay, but it's okay. It's not going to win the Olympia. It needs to be like phenomenal. So that's my focus this prep, and I'm enjoying it. I'm aching from head to toe. Amy was laughing this morning as I got out of bed because I look like a 90-year-old man, but that's not a bad thing. That just shows that I'm deep into my prep now. DOMs are real, the recovery is slowing, the calories are reduced, so obviously the recovery is going to be slower with that as well, but it's all good. That's part of prep. I love being in prep. Let's go!
Just tell everyone what you did,
I was the first one to do it. I was panicking. So here, obviously, a lot of famous people are signing this wall. I was the first one to do it. I was panicking. There was a lot of cameras on me. I was the first one to write on it. So this is my favourite saying: get comfortable being uncomfortable. What I wrote: get comfortable being uncomfortable. Don't get fat, guys.
Right guys, so we're going to go straight into it. So as you can see, I'm just warming up, making sure everything's ready before we start hyperextensions. I love to start on hyperextensions when I'm going to do a compound lift like a deadlift. This just gets my lower back fired up, blood it into that part of the back, and it just reduces injury for me from past injuries. As you can see, I don't go too far up and overextend and bring it into my glutes or hamstrings. I just try and keep it all in my lower back. I typically do 4 working sets, weighted, around 12 to 15 reps. Now we're moving on into deadlifts. As you can see, we're starting off light and then we start to increase the weight each time. Again, I have to make sure my back's fully warmed up first before we start lifting what I class as heavy nowadays. I typically go for a 10 to 12 rep range. I don't really reserve on sets. I kind of go to fail on each set. Yeah, unless it's quite light like this. I'll just kind of warm up, but I try and do 3 maximum working sets for me, again around the 10 to 12 reps. So we're moving on to a wide grip pull-up, own body weight, and then we've got assisted here, which is weighted. I like to do this because when I do it own body weight, which is perfectly fine, I start to swing and incorporate different muscle groups. Here I can really isolate my lat, so I think it's brilliant to either superset it or do it further into the session. Here we have a seated cable row, closed grip now, aiming for like lower lat and more thickness within my back. Again, most of my sessions start with like 1 feeler set and then 4 working sets, and possibly a drop at the end, including in that 4th working set. I like to overextend as I come forward just to get a nice stretch, elongate the back and then pull right through, but making sure elbows are tucked in and it's all in the middle of my back. Here we're going for a pronated supported seated row, machine row. This is something I'm really working hard on at the minute, is to bring my rhomboids up. So this is focusing on the middle of the back. Trying not to cheat at all and swing the weight. As you can see, I lean into the pad with my chest and I pull my elbows right back, ensuring that I'm getting full activation throughout my lats and my back. So here we just tried a bit of a variation of a pull down. We went for a neutral grip. And we just try to put our elbows into the pockets of our hips kind of thing, so dragging down and really engaging and isolating that lower lat. So that's the training done, and then here we're just starting to do some posing, basically just seeing where we're at. It's a bit of a physique update. This is actually 12 weeks out. When this is released, the video is released, we'll probably be about 10 weeks out, so we're a bit behind, but as you can see, it's not a bad starting point at the 12-week mark. Still got a lot of work to do. Obviously waist is quite wide, still a lot of body fat to come off, but I'm happy with where I'm at, and it's a nice starting point. Right guys, so as you can see, Johnny's being a bit of a penis in the background, but just finished an awesome back workout down here at UFC Gym Notts. This is a gym I'm going to be incorporating more into this prep, just because they've got some world-class machines out here, and also Nibs is a physiotherapist down here who works a lot in cryotherapy, which we're going to start introducing into my Olympia prep from 12 weeks out. We've got Johnny. Where's Johnny? Where are you, Johnny? There he is, look, in the background. Johnny has been with me for the last, I don't know, 6-7 years with all my preps, doing deep tissue work, mobility work. He's a good friend of mine, and he's going to travel up here as well, like every other week possibly. Still go down to Stamford for fusion. And like I say, we're going to get our weekly treatments in with him also. And we're just going to try and keep as optimal as we can as we get closer to the Olympia. But we're in a really good spot. Like I say, injuries are injuries. I'm prone for them. It is what it is, but we're not hiding behind any of that this year. It's not holding me back in any way. And come December 18th, we will be at our very best. and we're going to be right back up there fighting for that #1 spot. Nobody's talking about me this year, which is perfectly fine with me. It's all about Erin Banks, Brandon Hendrickson, even Diogo Montenegro. For me, I'm going to slide in, get that first place. It's about time. 7 times of the Olympia. It's about time I won it now. Johnny Pants, what's the plan? Right, is that the plan? Go on then. Take me. Oh no, not that time. Cut. In light of this thing, now what we're going to do?
Right, you fucked it, haven't you?
There you have it, folks.
Diagnosis.
You have fucked it.
You going to talk about it?
We have talked about it a little bit, so we're all right. We don't need to drone on about it, do we?
No.
Ryan's a numpty. That's
Have you
about it.
explained what you did?
Yes.
Have you?
And we've actually overlaid some footage of me doing it as well, so yeah.
Fantastic.
But that's that. No excuses though, we're still going to smash it. For me, I really need work on around my knee, getting my hamstring loosened off, just trying to get mobility back down there. Hip, because I'm always injured in my hip.
And then shoulders, rotator cuff. I mean, that lap's pretty good now though, so.
Basically
no
everything.
problems.
Everything. Where do you want me?
Face down. And again, we're going to be using a little bit of RT plus heat serum. So it just gives it a nice heating feeling around the muscles. Helps with blood flow. And also feels quite nice. Yeah, fingertip amount. Don't need to rub it in because it's a water-based serum. So it actually just absorbs through the skin. And then we're going to use the Theragun as well today. I'll probably talk a little bit more about the Theragun. A lot of people just use it and just keep it static on a muscle group or on a certain muscle, when actually it's quite good to get movement with it. I find it works a lot better than that, like, rather than just digging it right in. Just get some movement with it and really work through the tissue and the fascia. So obviously we just trained a bit of back, let's say a bit of back, a lot of back, and yeah, we're just working on, as you can see on his skin, the redness. So we're just moving the blood around, more blood flow, increase recovery time, get the nutrients, oxygenated blood to the area that needs it. And then at the minute now, he suffers a lot from tight glutes, so we're just really getting in there. This also helps his hip, which he's obviously had trouble with for many years. So yeah, full MOT really. Right?
Perfect. Right, so deep tissue work done. We are now going to move on to cryotherapy work. And did you want to do any mobility or anything like that, or
Yeah,
just
we'll definitely do some mobility and some stability work. Start looking through your hip, and then look at your knee for stability as well. See what's going on.
So yeah, so like I say, I think I'm going to have to incorporate a lot of like recovery work in the morning. Is that right? Just to try and stabilise the knee and get that working as best we can.
So health benefits of cryotherapy, Nibs?
Too many, but what we're looking at today is reduced inflammation. We're looking for an increased count of white blood cells. We're looking for all the hormonal benefits, so increased amount of dopamine release, endorphins released as well. And yeah, see how it goes.
Temperature?
Minus 125 today.
Whoa.
97. I lied. We're going to go max cold.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do it.
So, minus 110 degrees, still too warm.
Is it? Have you heard it? It's still too warm at minus 110 degrees.
What's there? Down to minus 125. It's the handprint from the last person who got stuck in there.
Bit Titanic.
Alright, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
intensity. As you can see, we're back at Casa del Terry. It's been a long day. It's pitch black. I can't believe how the nights are drawing in here in the UK. Ooh, winter's here. It's actually raining as well. But what an amazing day it's been. It's successful. I'm absolutely knackered. I'm aching from head to toe, which is a good thing because we're in prep and that's where we need to be at. So yeah, I'm excited for this now. We've got a plan, we've got a structure. Obviously disappointing this morning, I'm not gonna lie, finding out I've torn my ACL. Not what you want to hear 12 weeks out from the Olympia, but it's only gonna make you stronger in it. If I can get through this and win the Olympia with a torn ACL, what else can I achieve in life? So that's my analogy on that. Thank you for watching the video. I'm not gonna say all that jargon because I say it every time, but I'm going. So I'll see you in the next video. See you later.